Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz with 1 of 9, and today I'm reviewing the Tier 7 American heavy tank, the T-29. The T-29 has 1,250 hit points. The armor at the front of the hull is 102 millimeters. At the sides of the hull it is 76 millimeters, and the rear of the hull is only 51 millimeters thick. The turret armor, which becomes very, characteristic of the American heavy tanks once you get past Tier 7, is quite strong with 279 millimeters of frontal turret armor, 127 millimeters at the sides, and 120 millimeters at the rear of the turret. This tank weighs 65.32 tons, has an 800 horsepower engine, and a 35 km/h top speed limit. The track traverse is 25 degrees a second, and the turret traverse is a kind of low 14 degrees a second. This 105mm gun fires 5 rounds a minute, with a pen on its standard AP rounds being 198mm. The premium APCR rounds bring your penetration up to 245mm. The high explosive rounds have a low penetration of only 53mm. The damage of your AP rounds is 310. The APCR rounds damage is also 310. The HE rounds do a slightly higher 400 damage. The gun has .42 accuracy, a 2.7 second aim time, and the tank has a 250 meter view range. For my consumables, I typically use multi-purpose restoration pack, automatic fire extinguisher, and repair kit. Provisions, I don't use any on this tank, but I think your best choices would be case of cola, improved fuel, and can of cola. You can always go with the protective kit, but that's gets a bit pricey. I don't use provisions because this tank doesn't make that many credits by itself, so with spending 10,000 credits on provisions every match, you can end up in the negatives quite a lot with this tank. So hence why I don't use provisions. But my recommended 3, as I stated before, would be case of cola, improved fuel, can of cola. For my ammunition loadout, I carry 53 rounds of armor piercing, 5 rounds of the premium APCR, and 5 rounds of HE. The equipment I have mounted on this tank is all quite expensive. It includes a large caliber tank gun rammer, improved ventilation, and vertical stabilizers. So that's all talking about this tank in the garage. So here we are on Canal. I am playing the T-29, of course, as this is a T-29 review. And right now we're having a big argument about which way we're going to go. One IS-6 wants to go that way, the other IS-6 wants to go the north. Yeah. Eventually I decided I'm going with the IS-6 and the KV-4 up north. And that seems to work out well, considering the result I got out of this battle. So, yep, slowly driving the way up there, because T-29 is not a fast tank uphill. We spot the first 2 enemy tanks, the IS-3 and their IS-6. So, up we go. I just don't want to be caught in the open, so I'm just driving. Just like, get out of my way, dude. Okay, so now, right here is actually a perfect position for a T-29. It's got a little ridge that a T-29 can basically just go hold down up behind and be completely impenetrable. Like right there. He couldn't pen me from the front. So I basically got to do some free damage and got some free XP for the bounce. And I hit him again then. And then I realized, oh, there's lots of tanks behind us. Nope. One HE. And yep, hit that guy, set him on fire, and did almost 600 damage to him. That shows you how good this gun, the HE on this gun, is against low armored opponents. Now I completely screwed this up. I should not have stayed there and tried to find a shot against an IS-6. which is one of the most heavily armored premium tier 8 tanks in the game. And that little mess up may have cost me the game. Well, my life in the game. My team ended up winning. So right here, I go up against the T-34. He either A, hits me in the commander's hatch, or the shell bounces down into my hull and I'm dead. Okay, so second on the team on damage done. Third on the team in experience. 4 shots fired, 4 hits, 4 pens for 1494 damage. 277 to T-34. 583 to the SP, and 634 to the IS-3. I lost a lot of credits because I ran provisions for these battles, so yeah. Made a decent amount of XP off of it. So overall, it was a decent result in my T-29. Okay, so here we are. We are on Winter Malinovka with the Supremacy game mode. I have never played Supremacy on Winter Malinovka, so I had no clue what to do at the beginning of this. But the result ended up okay. It wasn't a win, I'll tell you that right now. We lost. But it was only because of points. We completely outplayed the enemy team. Had we had, I'd say, another minute left, we would have won because there's only 1 tank left on the enemy team. So, and there was still 3 of us. But, so I realized, oh crap, I'm going up here by myself, so I stay down here. And I'm thinking about trying to reset B. I can't, I keep driving. And then I spot an SU-100M1. I fire, start moving. Luckily for me, he misses. So that's a plus. And then I end up here, which is a decent position. And from here, my team completely picks apart the SU-100M1. Now, I'm looking for a shot on the M6. Don't have one. It still isn't a good position. I'm still sort of strung out by myself here. So I see the Cromwell. I'm like, okay, I'll go help. I'll regroup with my team right now is what I'm thinking. So I drive that way. I completely fluffed the shot. I don't know what I was doing then. I completely screwed up that shot. That was not fault of the tank. That was just me being complete noob. So anyway, so I run this one bounces. Or only does critical damage. And that pissed me off so much when I was playing this game. Because that was a guaranteed kill 50% of the time. I hit the M6 for a decent amount of damage. And the 2 enemy Cromwells actually had a good game. Don't have time to reload an aim, but he makes a mistake, drives out. Kill him. I see the KV-2. Oh crap, pull back. Try and get a shot in on this T-29. Very nearly does. It wasn't a fully aimed shot. I might have tracked him in the open had I hit him. And that would have been a big help for the end game, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I'm trying to feather a shot through there. It doesn't work. Hits the mound in front of him. Hellcat hits the Cromwell. I don't want to shoot the Cromwell right now, mostly because it gives me more XP if I shoot the T-29, so I'm hoping the Hellcat's going to finish off the Cromwell. Then I see the KV-2, realize we just have to push on these guys, decide the Hellcat's not going after the Cromwell, I've just got to kill him. So, yep, I try and lead the way around so the Hellcat doesn't take much damage, because I have some armor. If he messes up his shots, I can take the I can bounce some shots from the 90mm gun. Hellcat takes out the T-29. So, right now I see the KV-2. I'm planning on trying to outflank the guy, but he goes around. Now he makes a really idiotic mistake here. He tries to turn opposite the way he's trying to turn his turret. So he never gets his gun to bear on either of us. And he could have killed one of us. Now, we immediately run for the cap. But here, as you can see, this game has already been lost. We would need to kill the T-29. I tried to push the Spey Panzer into cap by accident. In reality, what I need right now is a Spey Panzer to make a run for their other cap. And if he gets there in time, We can cap both bases and win, but it's game over. Even though we completely outplayed the enemy team except for the capping part. And that was mostly because they had a more spread out matchup. And we had... Okay, so 1773 damage, 468 experience, did more damage than anybody. 11 shots fired, 8 hits, 8 pens, so good overall gun performance. I received 6 hits, all of them penned. Confederate award. Yeah, only 5 victory points earned. Yeah. I killed both Cromwells. Did a decent amount of damage to some of their tanks. Just that non-kill on the T-29 completely screwed us over. We would have won had this been a regular old encounter battle. Okay, hopefully by now, at the end of this review, you have formulated your own opinions on the T-29, whether you think it will fit in with your style of gameplay, or you think that you don't play the way you are required to play a T-29 to be the most effective. Either way, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the battlefield.